Hey YouTube, my name is Jerry and welcome to my review of Renown's Z-77 2018-2019 ski. I think before I get around to my review though, I should tell you a little bit about myself and also a little bit about why I decided to pick Renown for my next pair of skis. So, I'm 66 years old. I live in the Laurentian Mountains north of Montreal in Quebec, Canada, and I have been skiing for about 50 years. During that time, I spent a number of years in the Canadian Ski Patrol, and I also am still a Level 2 certified Canadian Ski Instructor Alliance instructor, I guess. Though really I don't teach very much anymore. Um, down through the years, I've skied in a wide variety of conditions. I've skied out west, most of the big mountains. So I've skied moguls, I've skied big hills, I've skied off-piste, but nowadays I mostly do groomed skiing. And what I like doing a great deal, and like a lot of other people, is carving, of course. Though I have down through the years skied a wide variety of styles. I have also, as any longtime skier probably has, had more than a few pair of skis. I don't know how many dozen pair of skis I've had, but it's been a few. All the way probably from my first pair of Rosino ARs or Rossi 102s through the transition to metal skis, through the transition to Dynamic and Dynastar and foam core skis, and to the parabolics when they started coming out in the 90s. My most recent pair of skis are a pair of Rosino Pursuit TIs. They are really what's called a front side ski, mostly for on-hill carving. And I also have to tell you, they're a bit on the heavy side. It was the fact that they were so heavy, and at the age of 66, it was just becoming more and more of an effort to keep them going, and the fact that I realized with my reflexes kind of starting to slow down, I should start slowing down too as well a bit on the hill. So I was looking to get a new pair of skis. Um, Somewhere in all my searching on the internet, I heard about Renown and a very small little company out of Burlington, Vermont. You cannot buy their skis online. I mean, you can only buy their skis online. You can't buy them in any stores anywhere. And what interested me about their skis was the fact that they are constructed using something called a non-Newtonian polymer as part of the core. It took me a little while to figure out what this was about, but basically what it means is as you feed energy into this core, into this material, into this polymer, it actually absorbs it and becomes stiffer and stiffer, which turns out to be an amazing property to have in a pair of skis. Now, the skis were very, very expensive. It was not an easy decision to make. I actually ended up on the phone for quite a while speaking to the people from Renown, who are all excellent. I've enjoyed interacting with all of them. Um, and after a lot of talking, we settled on the Z-77 as the model that would be most appropriate with me. Yes, it's a fairly narrow-waisted ski at 77, and of course most people nowadays prefer a wider ski, but since I mostly do groom skiing or on trail skiing, and the hills I'm skiing aren't very large, and particularly because I also like carving in a variety of ways, it seemed to be the right ski to get. I have to also tell you the purchasing experience was great. They shipped them to me. I had them within, I'd say, 3, 4 days. Well packaged, came with a bunch of swag. You can see behind me kind of the blueprint that they sent me of the skis, which was kind of cool. Oh, and I meant to take this off. No, that's as far as I'm going. But they also sent me this kind of a cool Renown t-shirt, which is kind of fun as well. And they came without bindings. I decided to pick my own bindings. Went to the local ski shop, and which is well-known ski shop. World class, I think. Just so happened it was the owner who looked after me when I came, and I have to tell you, he really wasn't very impressed with the skis. In fact, he didn't have anything good to say about them at all. And I realize now why he said that, though at the time I was so concerned about what he had said that I was all set to send the skis back. And if I haven't mentioned, the skis come with a 100-day money-back guarantee, so I felt pretty confident since I hadn't put the bindings on them that I'd be able to get them back, send them back. So I was all set to buy another pair of skis, and so I said, you know what? I've heard one side. Let me hear the other side. So I sent Renoun an email, and within a day, I was speaking to the president, a fellow by the name Cyrus, great guy, and thank you, Cyrus, for talking with me, who convinced me to give the skis a try. So I went to another ski shop, bought a relatively inexpensive pair of marker bindings. I don't need any big DIN numbers on my bindings. I rarely go up beyond 7 or 8. And put them on and decided about a month ago to give them a good solid try. And that kind of brings me to my review of the Renoun Z-77 skis. The first day I went out was a relatively, I would say, hard-packed day. And as I took them down for the first run, I started off relatively slowly. And when I say slowly, I can really slow things down by making enough turns. And they behaved exactly as I would expect a pair of very lightweight, very bendable skis to react, because I have to tell you, the thing that the guy at the ski shop didn't like about them was just how bendable they were and how lightweight they were, because most ordinary pair of skis, that works great when you're going slowly, but as you go up to speed, they start to chatter, they start to get jittery, they won't hold an edge, and pretty soon you realize that you are on a pair of boards that will not hold you at that speed. So at slow speeds, they were going fine, and then I started cranking it up a bit. And that's when the magic happens, because you're going faster and the boards are behaving the exact same way, which is to say, there's no chatter, there's no clatter, they don't move, they just hold their edge. So I went faster and I started making shorter turns and longer turns and driving them through, you know, the over at the edges of the hill to try and cap a little bit of leftover kind of frozen, you know, snow that's over there. Didn't matter what I drove them through, they held their edge and they gave me no negative feedback at all, which was amazing, because what tires your legs out a lot when you ski, besides cranking the skis around, is of course the vibration of the skis moving underneath you if you're going too fast on them. And these don't do that. Really, I've never had that experience on a pair of skis. The only excessive problem I had the whole day was excessive smiling, and that has continued for the last 30 days. We've had a range of conditions here. We've had crud, we have had hard packed, we have had groomed, we've had artificial snow, we've even had a little bit of powder on the ground, and while I certainly cannot recommend these skis as powder skis, they handled that powder just fine. Truly extraordinary. My hat's off to Cyrus and the whole gang at Renoun for really putting together something quite amazing. I don't have a whole lot more to say about the skis other than just how impressed I am with the fact that by the end of a day of skiing, my legs are still relaxed, comfortable, not overly fatigued, and I not once, no matter what I asked the skis to do, did they not behave in a way that I wouldn't even expect my long, rosy pursuits to be able to behave. Quite remarkable, the technology. So, listen, Renoun hasn't paid me anything for this. In fact, I'm making this video as a little bit of a present for them. They invited me to a party in which I wasn't able to attend, so it was my way of saying just thank you. This was my way of giving back a bit. If you buy Renoun skis, I don't get any commissions or anything like that. This is just me talking about something that really I think these guys deserve a chance. And if you want to try something out with a 100-day money-back guarantee. If you have an old pair of bindings somewhere that you can put onto the skis, listen, go for it. Try them out, have a good time. And if you want to leave any comments below, please feel free to do so. You don't have to subscribe. You don't have to get notifications because it's probably the last ski review I'm ever going to do. I don't see why I'd buy any other skis from any other company from now on. And I hope you have yourself a great day, YouTube. See you next when I see you.